Conti Guamanti. The Bima ship put the mad with Jenna. The Maruchan machine at the Bannon Pukunumar Cashu, Jamaka to 4. The Minifu Marvanon did his entity. The Zoro took the Suramka Pamujanti, no Pama or Manzon was awesome non ship of man. Bima to intention and the one who changed Pukunaka in the year.
And Junior Tuabre, Duarte, Kaman, COVID-19. Tuabre Kaman Ukraine and Russia, the water yam, Kaman, Saha, Kana, Castelmin, Topoe, Beswans and Bend the Tabro Swan Tesha, Cachete. There's a some upon the tuner water hankale, Catabamanga, Catabam, Thing and Nonsham, and two Tabro Swan lay, Tamamanga, Carpane.
Yakubu spoke on the need for Dagombes to rise up to invest into the education of their children by first of all valuing their own tongue, Dagbani, and helping their children learn how to read in Dagbani.
And that shows the importance you attach to the schooling of your children, the education of your children. And not only that of your children, but that of your whole community. Over the past 2 years and for some over the past 4 years, we have worked closely together. And I think we've all understood the message we are trying to bring across, not only to these communities, but to the whole of Dagbon. And that for all of our children, especially those in the rural communities who only know Dagbani, that reading should start in the mother tongue. As parents, as communities, we have to do our part to make sure that if the children learn to read and write when they are young, from KG2 to basic 3, they build to lay that foundation. Then what we just said, they get...
Member for Tibung electoral area, Idrisu Ahmed, who led his area's advocacy group to the training, lauded LDP efforts geared at encouraging the children on how to learn their mother's tongue.
Yeah, teaching and learning was very effective, but this one, yes, they have employed one additional teacher, of which basically the teacher is to teach the local language, only the local language in the school. And this also helps the children to have enough time to learn their local dialect, and it really improve their teaching and learning, and even their reading skills.
Now, NORSAC, a human rights, community engagement and policy influencing organization, has expressed worry about the Northern Regional Police Service hesitancy to act on the alleged incest and defilement case involving a 14-year-old girl and her father in Tamale. According to them, the alleged perpetrator was arrested on the 31st of March 2022 after the case was reported to the police and eventually released within 24 hours bail, with no NORSAC indicated that its information revealed that the alleged that he was granted bail as the normal procedure requires and urged the police to do the needful. Fast-tracking the case and seeking justice for the alleged victim, it said, will improve the confidence of girls going through similar predicaments to speak up and also seek justice. It would be recorded an unsafe abortion.
Briefing the media in Tamale on the matter, Youth Advocacy and Campaign Coordinator at NORSAC, Blessilana Afoy Kando, among others, demanded that the unseen hands suspected to be coming from political and key social actors in society to stay off completely from the case and allow institutions to do their work. NORSAC is also raised negatively. NORSAC further demands that Dawsu and Regional State Attorney work closely to prosecute the case and be open with information to allow appreciation of efforts being made to ensure justice is served and sustain public confidence in the process. The police must handle the case sensitively and expedite actions to ensure that the welfare of the survivor remains topmost priority.
The welfare of the girl was not of investigation, as the girl was subjected to being in police custody for hours, from morning till evening, to support investigation when a statement had already been written as part of their investigations. What is most traumatizing
is that the survivor had to constantly meet her abuser all the time during the process, which had damning effects on her mental health and well-being. On the above statement, Ghana's Justice Policy Strategy 4.3 states that, and quotes, ensure protection of child in investigation, prosecution, and trial processes, protection of safety and privacy. The number of interviews will be kept to a minimum and the duration of questioning adapted to reflect the child's age and attention span. Measures will be taken to reduce contact between the child and the perpetrator during the
activities in the school he's managing. It's added, when necessary, it expects Ghana Education Service to temporarily take over the school until investigations are completed. It suggests that family, community, and state child protection structures should be strengthened by the government in collaboration with civil society organizations as a way of ensuring actions during such violations.
The Regional Directorate of Education must activate investigation into the perpetrator's activities in the school that he is managing. The Ghana Education Service to temporarily take over the school until the investigations are completed.
When contacted, Northern Regional Coordinator of DOFSU, DSP Emmanuel Halotu, confirmed the case but said his outfit is working on it.
Now, drivers and passengers at Nanlergu have appealed to security personnel in patrols on the Waliwali-Nanlergu and Nanlergu-Bunkrugu road to bring down the rampant robberies in the area. They lament that the rate at which robberies occurred on those roads is becoming scary and needs immediate attention. The robbery incidents, they say, is becoming one too many in the area, calling on security personnel to intervene to salvage the situation. Both drivers and passengers using the Waliwali-Nanlergu and the Nanlergu-Bunkrugu stretch lament they are no longer safe on the road. Secretary in charge of Nanlergu-Bolga station said security of drivers is no longer guaranteed as they use the roads. He said if nothing is done about the situation, it could affect transport business in the area. He recounted instances where robberies occurred even in Nanlergu town during the day. They are therefore calling on police in the area to enhance their patrols on the highway to put the situation under control. Some passengers who spoke to our news team at Waliwali lamented that they are no longer safe traveling on the road. It would be recalled that last year, 2 persons were killed with one other person sustaining injury in an armed robbery attack at Yama, a community near Waliwali. Another occurred during broad daylight in Waliwali when some armed men attacked a mobile money vendor and robbed him of tens of thousands of cedis. Just 2 months ago, more
Muski enterprise to angona nguna dabo dol won dan to kwa pa nyore be won do to sum targa to ko bukata o manala da matar so kam ne manga ne viela balbu nol ko kwara ne madin yi Saudi yana de yu Dubai ban ma she Turkey Europe de yi China tin banana de zo le fe pun cincin viela balbu kam za sabe muski enterprise to angone paro ko ne sarta din yu Dubai mi Saudi yana sarganda kama matan Buhari kam asuna ti hagba le su viela balbu kam za kam na muski enterprise anyale Muhammad is the messenger, Allah is our return. Shadda vila la zabiyan kace yaye balbakam zallabiya na mabene nin kuradana abaya na mabene nin kuradana taki way na mabene nin kuradana sajada na ma curtains bedsheet na ma baba bajin yara na badnam da na ma lefe ni kwer ba buhuru babiyane makawiya na ma dobin vila na zamzam kwam muski enterprise bila ababu supermarket girami salani shitopa shinga ben yo kar kuluk patimba market be tabo ko hagono la muski enterprise min fueling station la kuluk pala taba zambur zodbel traffic lights ma polombala chelka polo 0249 na 0261 170200 be 0244 752850 to pompo abanya cheka muski enterprise to angona leba lefe kabushi
You welcome back from that short breather. Let's do some international news now. And the government of Rwanda said the organization of the national event to select Miss Rwanda following several allegations of misconduct and abuse towards the contestants. The country's Minister of Youth and Culture, Rosemary Mbambazi, said that the Rwanda Inspiration Backup, which is the official body that organizes this event, has been barred from going ahead with the preparations. She further revealed that her ministry, in conjunction with the Rwanda Culture Heritage Academy, will consider looking for a new organizer for the event.
Suspension comes at a time when Dieudonné Ishimwe, Rwanda Inspiration Backup, is undergoing investigations over the sexual abuse of several contestants. Ishimwe was arrested last month by the police and is now facing charges in court. He's facing 3 charges including rape, soliciting sexual favors as well as sexual harassment.
Now, the Yewi Askan-Wi coalition of opposition leader Ousmane Sonko and the Wallu Senegal coalition of former President Abdoulaye Wade decided to unite in order to win the next parliamentary elections. In 2017, the coalition backed by President Macky Sall won 125 seats out of the 165 seats in the country. After rounds of negotiations and discussions, the main Senegalese opposition group sealed an unprecedented deal earlier this week. The Yewi Askan-Wi coalition of opposition leader Ousmane Sonko and the Wallu Senegal coalition of former President Abdoulaye Wade decided to join forces ahead of the July. 2 largest opposition coalitions want to avoid competition list, and mostly they want to increase chances of winning seats over a candidate from the ruling party.
The party of President Macky Sall, the opposition groups would present candidates together on the department level. On the locality level, the candidate who was won the previous local elections would reportedly head the list. Millions of voters living in the electoral districts, which comprise of 46 Senegalese departments and include the voters registered abroad, would lead to the polls on July 31st. The coalition, backed by President Macky Sall, won the previous legislative elections in August 2017, filling 125 seats out of the 165 of the Senegalese National Assembly.
And on that note, we bring to an end this afternoon's news. Before I take leave of you, stories that made our major headlines. Drivers and passengers at Nanledwe in the Northeast region call for regular police patrols to curb robberies in the area. Parents and guardians of mother tongue in growing their children. And on the foreign front, Senegalese opposition coalitions unite ahead of the country's parliamentary elections. I'm grateful that you could make time with us this afternoon. Visit zaradio.com for more news. My name is Jonas Biaurbi. Have a good afternoon.